strength that the people tremble. He sitteth between the cherubims, that the earth be moved. The Lord is great in Zion, and is high above all the people. Let them praise thy great and terrible name, for it is holy. The kings strength also loveth judgment. Thou dost establish equity. Thou executest judgment and righteousness in Jacob. Fear the Lord our God, and worship at his footstool, for he is holy. Moses and Aaron amongst his priests, and Samuel among them that call upon his name. They call upon the Lord, and he answered them. He spake unto them in the cloudy pillar, and kept his testimonies, and the ordinance that he gave them. Thou hast resisted them, O Lord our God. Thou wast a God, and thou forgavest them. Though thou tookest vengeance of their vengeance. Exalt the Lord our God, and let worship his holy hill. For the Lord our God is holy. Psalm 100. Make your offerings unto the Lord, ye lands. Turn to the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Hashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful lick out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lick, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, and what we're gonna get into today, all right, is pretty much a response, to the clip, that was edited by the elder brother Yasha Wamba. All right, dealing with, what the apostle Ariamla was saying, addressing that comment where you had a sister, pretty much being proud, moving with no fear, making the statement of, trying to check or address the reason why, brothers say, and the few sisters that watch, she got a problem with that term of few sisters. Well, when you understand how the spirit is moving, and how about Shema Shai, is not dealing with the masses, of women here in America. All right. There are going to be sisters delivered, within America, but there are a few good sisters, because even that term of the few sisters that watch, what you hear majority of brothers say, it came starting with the apostles and elders, because there was a time when it was no sisters watching, GMS videos. You see, none. All right. We was hated and despised. You see, and then what happened, the apostles and the elders started acknowledging that there were sisters, sincere, and they started saying a few, sisters to the few sisters that watch, and at the end of the day, before we even get into it, I'm gonna let that video play from the apostle Ariamla. But before we get into it, when you understand, like, being around the ministry every day, and then you realize, there are, a few sincere sisters, man. You see, the ones, all right, that watch consistently, that play the background, and been around for years now, and being growing and being groomed. You know, they know what's going on with current events. They, you know, they know the lingo. They stay within the loop. You see, they understand exactly what we're saying. You know, when we say particular things because they've been around. All right. Those are those few good sisters, man. Then you have those that pop up for entertainment, pop up to be seen, pop up just to try to be on another platform to get praise. But see, when they don't get the praise that they're used to getting in the world or probably from these other groups, then they get offended. And that's all it is, man. You know, you few sisters are sincere, you know. And brothers pretty much know, all right, who bullshit artists and who's, you know, sincere. And the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai gonna reveal it anyway, you know. So we're gonna get into some precepts. What I'm gonna do first, because we're gonna get into some numbers too, man. All right, because the American woman is very proud in general, and the American Israelite woman is extremely proud, man. You know, for the most part. And we're gonna get into some numbers just to show you how relevant, all right, the American woman will be when it comes to deliverance, man. All right. Now, let me get this video real quick. Cue this video up. You know. But yeah, that feminist energy, all right, that proud woman, that's through, man. That's done. That's gonna die with this society, man. You know. Let me play this from the apostle. Then we'll get into some precept.
That, I pray that your brothers and you few sisters, and we say it like that because, hey, truth be told, the majority of you people that be watching, a lot of you are full of shit. You're just watching for entertainment. You have this sister that was all upset because we say few sisters, and there's a lot of us watching, but a lot of women ain't right. Now, if you have to be right, if you know within your heart that you're doing the right thing, that you're trying to the best of your ability, just pray to Yahweh Shai and do what you're supposed to do. You know? Remember, we're rolling in the spirit. We ain't rolling on the emotions of the people. We're rolling in the spirit. The Lord said to tell Jacob about their transgression and spare not. These women are getting upset because we're not lauding and praise. Look, the world lauds and praise. You want laud and praise? Go to ISUPK. Go to IUIC. Go to them, to the GOCC. Go to them different groups where they exalt women and put women on a pedestal. That's not us over here. And the Most High does not put women on a pedestal. Yeah, there were a lot of great women that did a lot of great things. And Barakah Yahweh and much blessings to those sisters. And much blessings to you sisters out there that are doing the right thing and that are holding the fort down, so to speak, to the best of your ability. May the Lord increase you and keep you and protect you and guide you and bless you. But the rest of you women, a lot of you are basically full of shit. That's why a lot of you can't keep your mouth shut worth a damn. You know? And you can take it how you want to take it. So we're not over here to laud and praise and put sisters on a pedestal. That's what this world does. That's what feminists is about. Me too. Putting a woman up on a pedestal. No. That's that Queen of Heaven worship. If we do not teach over here to beat your wife, bitch act up, beat her. No, we don't teach that shit over here. So you motherfuckers that keep talking about bringing slander upon us and these false accusations, these lies, and being a false witness, the Most High gonna deal with every last one of you, man. And like I said, you women that don't like that we say few sisters, hey, if you're not really sincere, you can move on. You got IHBK, you got IUIC, you got GOCC, you got a plethora of different Israelite groups that will accept you and kiss your ass and put you on a pedestal. Go with them. You want accolades of sisters, the sisters. Well, go with them. You ain't gonna get that over here. Now, you few sisters out there that are really in this thing, that are really doing the right thing, that are trying the best of your ability. All the Lord and praises to y'all sisters, man. May the Lord keep and continue to guide and bless you. But we know that the majority of people watching are full of shit, and they're pretty much watching for entertainment. So it behooves every last one of you watching to search deep within your soul and find out what you're really into this thing for. Are you really in this thing just because you want to be entertained? You know, because you got nothing better to do? Or are you really here to learn because you really want to be saved? You got to look into your heart of hearts, search deep in your soul, and find out if that's what you're here for, or find out what you're here for. Because if you're here for entertainment, you're going to die. Bottom line. And like I said, we ain't gonna put no woman up on no pedestal over here. So you got the wrong one. You got the wrong ones, sisters. You know? Hey, if it was about putting women on a pedestal, how come the Apostle Paul, when he went through the list of faith, he spoke about Moses, he spoke about Abraham, he spoke about Gideon, he spoke about these different judges, he spoke about all these great men and the great faith that they exhibited, and he spoke about Barak. And Barak, the woman that was over him, the judge, was Deborah. He never even mentioned Deborah. Why? Because the Apostle Paul wasn't about uplifting women. Women have their position. And if you're doing the right thing to the best of your ability, you're not going to get offended. Because we got sisters that's been watching us for years. And they know when the spirit habits get hard on women, they know, I pray that doesn't apply to me. I don't think it applies to me. I'm doing the best that I can. And you take up your plight with your house by Shem Yahushai. Remember, this world is about uplifting women. We're trying to be as totally opposite from the world as possible. So we're not going to uplift no woman here. You're at the wrong group. You're at the wrong group. Go follow those other groups. You got a plethora. There's probably over 20, 25 or more different groups out there that will kiss your ass, that will put you on a pedestal.
All right. So pretty much this is what, this lesson, is revolving around. All right. The response, from the apostle Ariamla, dealing with, that comment, from Mo knows or whatever, the woman name is. But at the end of the day, just as he was saying, we pray, blessings upon you few sisters, that are sincere, that are trying to have a mindset, towards salvation, and you're understanding what your role is within the nation. All right. Because women have a beautiful role. All right. Because this is not we don't say to a few sisters, just because, all right, we a he-man, a woman-hating club, or we was hurt in the world by women, so this is our revenge. No, all right, we way beyond it. All right, we just, in the spirit, we understand that the American woman, has been so far removed from her nature as a woman, for the most part, the majority of them are gone. All right. You're dealing with the third, fourth, going to the fifth generation of the feminist, all right, doctrine, from the 60s. You see? So the woman, especially Eve, because no one took hold of the feminist movement, like the so-called Latino, Native American, a Negro woman, and mainly the Negro woman. No one took hold of their feminist, all right, doctrine like the women of the tribes, leading with Judah, the southern kingdom. And by taking hold of their doctrine, they have been so far removed away from the natural order of a woman that the majority of them not gonna get that back. Like being submissive is so foreign to them and not submissive only when it's convenient for you, but actually being submissive in sincerity, that's so foreign to the masses of the modern woman that the majority of them here in America are gone. See, America has the most corrupted, all right, Israelite woman on the planet. Now, America's influence reaches throughout the earth and has tainted, women of other nations, you know, and also, even the Israelite foreigner women that are throughout the earth. You see, but here is in America is the most corrupted version of the Israelite woman on earth. And that's why the majority of them is foreign to them to be in order. Because even that statement that she made to address, why we say a few sisters is proud and it shows no fear. That's like us, this is like brothers getting on the apostles comment board and saying, look, I can't do a lot of videos and why y'all don't acknowledge us that much, you know? That's a statement of lack of fear and pride, man. So let's get into the precepts, and then we're gonna get some numbers as well, man. All right, just to show how irrelevant, all right, the American woman is on a global scale, especially when it comes to salvation, man. All right, with the American woman, and that's another thing about America in general. America thinks that there's pretty much not much going on outside of America, man. They got their pride like that, you see, but we're gonna show the difference. Now, this is Ecclesiastes 7 and 27. It says, behold, this have I found, said the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account which my soul, which yet my soul seeketh, but I have found not one man, all right, but I found not one among 1,000 have I found, but a woman which among all those I have found not. So, as Solomon did a case study, all right, he found one man among 1,000, that was righteous, and among women, he found not one. Now, that doesn't mean that righteous women don't exist. It just means that the ratio, all right, is far different when it comes to men. You see? So one among 1,000 men, but none among 1,000 women. So that means he probably would have had to go through 10,000 women, to find one or two. All right. He's just showing us a different ratio. All right. It doesn't mean that there's no righteous women, but this shows you that there's a few. You see? There's a few, you see? So what the apostles, and you hear brothers saying a few sisters, hey, that's backed up in the scriptures, man. All right. Even when you go to the famous, all right, because the black Christian woman loves to talk about a virtuous woman. Well, how was the virtuous woman spoke of? All right. How was she spoke of, man? All right. Now this is Proverbs 31 and 10. It says, who can find a virtuous woman? So it's like, you see, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. Yeah, so a woman that's in order has great value. I think it was a brother, Yuan, in GMS, Myrtle Beach, I believe is his channel. But he did a lesson, and the title, made so much sense. He says your value, all right, you get your value, from your purpose. Whenever when you're doing what you're made to do, that's where you get your value from. You see, and a woman that's in order, a woman that's submissive, that's where her value comes from. You see, and it's a great value. A woman in order is a great value, man. Because even like I was at my grandma's house the other day, and she's a very she's a very kind-hearted woman, very submissive, don't give a damn, about what's trending. She's real old-fashioned. Like she don't even know what Michael Kors is or none of that old shit. Chanel. All right, that shit foreign to her. She wouldn't know what that was if you showed her. She don't care about that shit. But one thing I just realized, I was looking at all my cousins and my uncles and all these things, which my granddad he provided, a stable, environment, for my grandmother, and him doing it allowed her to pretty much nurture and groom two, three generations of children, man. I'm talking about 15, 16, 17, you know, lives, you know, were affected and nurtured by one woman. You see, and that's way more valuable, all right, than the woman that just know how to put on outfits, no matter how fine she is, man. You know, she raised two or three generations of children, because she was locked into her purpose. You see, so that's where a value comes from, man. And that statement that woman made on the comment board saying, "Why you just acknowledge us like we, the least population?" Well, at the end of the day, it ain't about you, a woman being acknowledged. All right, because see, this society teaches that a woman gets her value just on being born a woman. This is what this society teaches, and you have women that know they're Israelites try to bring that same energy over here, thinking that they value, all right, is based on them being born a woman. But that's the complete opposite, man. All right. By birth, a man child will be far more valuable, all right, than a woman, because he was an heir and he can continue on the nation. Like I say, a woman has a beautiful role within her order, all right, but the value of a male and a female is far different. Like we was speaking about the other day, going to the house of the wicked. Most High can make a nation out of one man. All right, he can't do that with one woman. So the value scale is different, but in this society it's backwards, where they teach you being born a woman, you pretty much have rank, and and value. It don't work like that, man. Your value comes from you being within your purpose. Now, I'm gonna get this, and then I was looking at some numbers. All right. When you go to Second Esdras 8, and it's in the spirit, that this scripture is worded like this, dealing with the topic. Now, when you go to Second Esdras 8, Second Esdras 8 and 1, and he answered me saying, "The Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. But the world to come for few. I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras. As for when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made. But little dust that gold, all right, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world." Yeah, because you can go dig anywhere and just dig up mold, regular dirt, clay. You can just go pick a spot and dig, and you're gonna run right into it. All right. But it's a rare thing to find gold when you dig. It's very rare. You know, you can spend your whole life just digging in different parts. Let's say you want to dedicate your whole life, trying to find gold in the earth. It's gonna be a rare thing that you find it. You know, you might not even never find in your lifetime. You might die and never come across that gold. All right, showing you how rare. All right, the elect men will be. You know, and how rare it is to find a righteous woman amongst, sister probably compare some type of standard to, all right, they compare themselves to earthen vessels, man. Of course, you're gonna look great. You compare yourself, all right, to Keisha, all right. You gonna look like an all-star. But when you compare yourself to the standard of our foremothers, then hey, you got some work to do. Just like we compare ourselves to our forefathers, we understand, hey, we got some work to do. And ultimately, Yahweh Shai, you know. So read on, just to read this again. When you go to 2nd Ezra 8. All right, when you go to 2nd Ezra 8 and 3, it says, there be many created, but few. All right, there be many created, but few shall be saved. So that's scriptural. When you speak about, a remnant of few, the few sisters that watch, hey, that's scriptural, man. Now, brothers always make the statement, of course, there's gonna be more women delivered than men, but this is gonna be a global deliverance. All right, this is gonna be a global deliverance. So let's look at some numbers, man. All right, let's look at some numbers and get an understanding of what we're dealing with, man. You see, like I say, the American, especially the American woman, they feel as if they're the cream of the crop, but it's really the complete opposite, man. It's really the complete opposite. And then America is so full of itself that America thinks that it's, the majority of the earth, and it ain't too much going on outside of America. Like America is where it started and stop it in the earth. Absolutely not. Now, I was looking at the population. All right. Let's see, Lord, will it pop up? No, I don't know. I was looking at some numbers when I looked at that video from Pastor Ariam Live yesterday. All right. Let's see what we're sharing now. Okay. Now, this is from worldometer.info. Make sure it's showing up for y'all. Yep. All right. So let's just look at the number and analyze what's going on. Now, states pop 333 million. All right. That's change. So when you go into it, you have to look at this number here. The United States population is equivalent, all right, of 4.2, all right, 5% of total world population. So America's population at 333 million and some change only makes up 4.25% of the Earth's population. You see that? So now let's just say that we'll go with a big number. Let's just say 3% of this is women. All right, 3% of the Earth population of women are in America. 3%. And we just, we're going with big numbers. All right. So let's say of that 3% in America, let's say 2% is Israelite women. So you can roughly say that the Israelite woman in America makes up 2% of the world's population. All right. These are numbers. You can have opinions all day. These are numbers, facts. So let's say 2% of the world population is Israelite women. Now, do you think that 2% of that 2%, how many would be of women chosen, all right, to be delivered? Of that 2%, it's gonna be a few. You see, it's gonna be a few, because you have a whole earth that the Lord is gonna deliver, all right, the elect from, and women are gonna be in that number. All right, you have a lot of Israelite foreigner women throughout the earth. All right, that the Lord is going to deliver. There's women that, have already been kind of groomed in the Eastern culture over there in the East. All right, they haven't been so tainted and corrupted, by this American empire. All right, in the belly of the beast of America. You see, so this is a horrible time to be proud. You got to understand the numbers, boo boo. All right, you're not that irrelevant on a global scale. You're not that relevant on a global scale, because you can take away that whole 2%. All right, you can take away that whole 2% from the world population, and it won't be felt. You see that? That's why, hey, no one should be proud. As men, we're not even proud. The men that are teaching are not even proud, man. You see? But you have the woman that knows she's an Israelite that's proud as if she's doing us a favor. That's another thing. Women, the women that know they Israelites, a lot of them, they come with their energy like they doing us some huge favor by listening and watching. No, you don't matter like that. You make up 2% of the world's population, and we talking about global deliverance. So let's get the precept showing you that this is gonna be a global, all right, deliverance, man. Let's get into the precepts, man. And like I say, for you fusing sisters, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. A hobble thumb to you sisters, man. All right, you sincere sisters, man. That's gonna make it out of here, man. Brothers, see y'all consistency, y'all in order. You come at the beginning of the videos, give you salutations, and you learn in silence, and you give you salutations on the way out, man. You the ones that have really, changed their life, all right, according to this word, that's gonna be rewarded, But the masses, the masses of the women in America done. They through. They out of there, man. So let's get it. Now, when you go to, let's get Matthew, and then we'll bag it up with a precept in Isaiah. Let's get Matthew, all right, 8. So I want to say 8. All right, this is Matthew 8 and 11. It says, "And I say unto you that many," all right, because the global the global deliverance is going to be many. Now it's going to be a small number compared to those that are destroyed, but it's going to be many, possibly hundreds of millions of Israelites, man, or more, but it's going to be a small number compared to those that are destroyed. It says, "And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west," all right, from the east and west, "and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven." You see? So it's going to be a global gathering. When you go to Revelation 7 and 9, and then you got Central America, South America, come on, all these islands, man. It's going to be global. All right? And we're gonna prove that the islands is involved too. So let's get Revelation 7 and 9. All right. This book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 9. All right. It says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man can number. Now, this is after the 144,000. So this is a great multitude after, all right, 144,000, which no man can number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with robes and palms in their hands. So of all nations, it means they will come from all countries. The elect of Israel will come out of all countries. They're going to look like other nations speaking in their language, showing that what it's going to be a global deliverance. This is far bigger, all right, than the 2% of women, you know, that's within America, man. Now let's get the word kindred just to prove that this is speaking of, all right, Israelites. You see, let's get that word in the Greek. All right, so let's get this word in Greek.
Strong's G 5443.
5443. Foulet.
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 All right, foulet. Now, when you go to it, what does it say? It says a tribe. All right, definition 8. In the New Testament, all persons descended from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. There's billions of Israelite women throughout the earth that descend from Jacob. They might look like Moabites. They might look like, all right, Hamites. They might look like Ishmaelites, Elamites, all right, Syrians. They might look like that, but they are descendants from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. All right, a global deliverance. You know, it's way bigger than what you think. And an American woman is not that relevant on the global scale, damn near non-existent. All right, get your mind right. All right, so let's go from there. Now let's get this in the Old Testament and link up with what Yahweh said in Matthew. So when you go to Isaiah, all right, Isaiah 43 and 6. It says, I will say to the north, I started 5. It says, fear not, for I'm with thee. I will bring thy seed. All right, let you know it's speaking of that lineage of Israel from the east and gather them from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. A global deliverance, north, south, east, and west. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth. You see that? This thing is global. All right. Most High Yahweh Shai has this thing figured out, man. You know, there's gonna be a few women that make it out of America, man. This is a global deliverance, man. All right, because no woman is more tainted by this beast system than the American woman, by far. All right. So let's get another one. Show you talking about that. Go into the aisles, man. right, now when you go to Jeremiah 31 and 10. Matter of fact, I'll start at 8. All right. I started 7. It says, in Jeremiah 31 and 7, it said, "For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Lord Yahweh, Bashim Shai, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country," all right, and speaking of America, "and gather them from the coast of the earth," all right, global, "and with them the blind and lame," yeah, people that were spiritual blind and lame, but had what was healed by his word. "The woman with child," all right, "and her that travaileth with child together." You see that? And who are these women going to be joined unto? The men of Yahweh by Shema Shai. All right. It says, "A great company shall return thither. They shall come with weeping and with supplication will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by rivers of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn." So when you read verse 10, it says, "Hear the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, O ye nations, and declare it in the islands afar off, and say, He that scattereth Israel," and where will we scatter to the four winds, all throughout the earth, "will gather him and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock." You see that? So the deliverance is going to take place throughout the earth, man. Remember the numbers, man. America is only responsible for 4.2% of the earth population, man. Just and this just giving this what you call it, rounding up, when I make the statement that the Israelite woman in America probably makes up 2%, of the of the population. It might be 1. We're gonna just deal with 2, deal with the big number. So within that, what is that compared to the rest of the 98 or 99% of the earth population, man? It's a horrible time to be proud, man, especially as a woman. All right, this is Matthew 24 and yep. All right, this is Matthew 24 and 31. It says, "And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds," which you've been reading, north, east, south, and west. All right, which just mean global, "from one end of heaven to the other." You see, global. It links up with all the prophecy, man. All right. So this mind frame, talking about it's more sisters than Washington. You don't know that. All right. Especially in America. And there's gonna be women that the Lord is just preserving for brothers that's gonna be delivered throughout the earth. All right. As Israelite foreigner women, and then when you win a war, all right, as men of Israel, when you conquer, all right, another nation, and through your house shall we finna conquer all nations. All right, you have your choice, all right, of the best of the heathen women. You see, and with those heathen women, you can have Israelite children. So, yeah, the value scale of the American woman is very, very overrated. Extremely. The most overrated thing in the earth is probably the American woman. And Esau pushed that through his propaganda, man. You know? So at the end of the day, you few sisters, man, just stay humble. All right. Stay obedient, continue to grow, keep doing what you're doing. All right. You few sisters that's out there, keep doing what you're doing. We see exactly, what it is, man. We all right, ain't crazy. You know? When you even talk about, the women of the scriptures, they was known for doing something, not just knowing that they was Israelite and they supposed to get all these trophies and recognition, man. No, even when you go into Phoebe, all right, let's see if I can find real quick. Apostle Paul mentioned Phoebe, all right, in the book of Romans. I think I might can just go to the last chapter and get it. Yep. Now, when you go to Romans 16:1, it says, I commend unto you Phoebe, our sister, which is a servant, all right, of the church, which is at Centria. You see that? Centria. So like, all right. Paul referred to her as a servant because Phoebe was the one that was delivering the letters to Rome for Paul. Phoebe had a little clout, a little money, and she utilized it to serve the church in delivering these letters. And that was a dangerous trip. You see? And wasn't like now, no, it was a dangerous trip. So she was a servant within the church, and you sisters like, you sisters, you be leaving the videos, the links, of current events, all right? You sisters that's in the loop, I remember when all these channels, all my channels got canceled. I remember that morning when I looked up to check the comments and kind of update what was going on. But I woke up that Tuesday morning 2 weeks ago, and what happened was I did a what's really going on video, and I do a promo for the video with the link, on the channels. And what I did was I accidentally uploaded the actual video, and when I had woke up, all right, that morning, this sister here, all right, Ayasha Halal Math, I seen her message, and they were like, did you mean to put that video up? Them fighting words. And when she said that, and I realized I had put the actual video up, I knew all them channels was over with, and sure as you mean, them channels are gone, But you sisters, man, that's here, all right, to support the body, that's here, that's humble, all right. We send many blessings, and may Yahweh Shema Shai preserve you, man. And you're gonna be greatly rewarded, all right. But you're gonna see a lot of rebellion, you're gonna see a lot of pride amongst, the masses of the women, especially here in America, man. It's a miracle for us to be within this knowledge, man. There's a miracle within itself, and we should be greatly humble, all right. And it's gonna come a time where men and women, we're gonna get to enjoy each other. We're gonna get to enjoy family, all right. We're gonna get to enjoy everything, and we're gonna have an eternity to do it, But don't be tripping by no recognition, all right. And you hear something and you get offended. But according to the numbers, we just looked at the numbers, it's gonna be a few sisters, man, that make it out of America, man. It's gonna the deliverance gonna be global, you see. So Lord will, you brothers and you few sisters, all right, were edified, man. Once again, give all praises, glory, and honor, all right, unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, we say shalom. You know, DTA Bible Ball soon. All right.